Hola guys, what's up today? And today we're gonna do one very, you can say, very known question of mathematics. That's this. Like we have many times in our Olympiads and all such exams, we have such questions like the mean of first 10 observation is 25, and if one more observation is added, then the mean goes up by 50. Okay, then what is a new observation added? Okay, so here let me just type out the answer for you all so that you can understand what we're gonna do today. Alright, so we have one more observation, so it's observation in final. We have it 11. Alright, and the other mean, or you can say new mean is 50. Okay, so we will be doing such kind of questions, solving this such kind of question using Python, and it's really simple project, but this will help you to solve many things. All right, so let me just show you. I just made one executable file or app file so as I can give to my friends, and here is it. Like enter the number of observations in its first place, and let's solve this question. Okay, so how are we gonna solve this question, and what the principle will be for solving, right? So it's like 50. Okay, what's the mean? Mean is 50, and mean is equal to, let me insert an equation here. So let's enter an equation that mean equals sum of OBS, I'm writing observations as OBS, divided by, just a minute. Yeah, so okay, hit that, and divided by number of observations. OBS. Okay, so this is a kind of we have this mean formula here, right? So all right, let's cut this from here and paste it here. Okay, not an issue, not an issue. Let's paste it here or leave it, just leave it. Okay, so we have this kind of formula for mean. Okay, so now we have the sum is means the mean is this, and we are not allowed, means it's not an include problem, like we have to find the number, we can directly find the sum. Okay, so it will work for our equation. All right, so now let's head to the end. Now let's type here something new, that we have number of observation, like mean is sum of observation will be 50 into 11, right? And which will be divided by number of observation is 15, so 11, sorry. So here 11 will get cut, and from this place and this place we can cut here 11, right? So this is nice, this is nice. All right, so you all can know now what we are going. Mean is this thing. All right, okay, now this is mean new. Mean new, the afterward new mean, right? Let's write for mean old, which is which was the first one. The mean was 25, right? So it's 25 into 10 divided by 10. Okay, so if we subtract this two, which two? This one. Mean new minus mean old. Mean new minus, right, right, and minus mean old. Okay, you can just try it for yourself, because this is actually a higher version. All right, and this would be the left out or added observation, right? So this is the thing, we are going to follow this itself, this equation, this type of equation itself. Okay, so now let me just show you something here, like the number of observation in its first place we have 10 observations, right? Yeah, we have 10 observations. And for the second one, we have to give the mean of all numbers in the first place, which was 25, just as I took for. Then the mean of other number is that the later place we have 50. And here you can see the final number which was added to get the mean was 550 was 300. 300 was added so as to get this answer. So let me just explain you in my calculator also. So what we did here, actually it was 50 into 11, which is 550, minus, let's write something like it's 250. All right, and the answer is 300. So 300 was added, 300 was added, and we got the answer, perfectly correct answer. And here you can see it. Let me zoom it here. Alright, so here is the answer. And here what we have done is we are asking if they want to go some more, if they want to solve some more questions. And let me write yes or why, we can and it will go again in the loop. Okay, so let me write for 11, then 25, 29, and 73 was added. And now let me write for no, and this thing will exit out by itself. Alright, so let's now make this. Okay, so let's open with code. It's taking some time although. Alright, so this is the code actually, but we will be doing something new. Let me make a file which should be tutorial.py. And yes, you can here keep like main.py and all such. But yes, we have, you can give a name that smart UI. Exactly. From time, let's import sleep. We might need this. So because I needed this. Alright. So here you can then give for like your credentials. I just showed them here in the app file. Let me just open it once again. So here you can see it that it's like this. So it will work. Let me exit now. Okay. So here now what we are be doing is, so let's make an input file number, okay wait a minute, which will be having number of, wait a minute, of observation one first time. Okay, so it will be integer because we always we can perform all the things on integers itself. So integers, then it's input, and enter the number of observations, and enter the number of observations. Alright, so here we have given it. Now let's keep all the input statements over here. Then we have mean, wait a minute, mean and first place equals, this again should be integer, because on strings this thing will never work because we are going to do multiplication, subtraction and all such things. Okay, so now let's hear it. Enter the number of enter the mean actually, mean of all observations at the first place, and here we will leave one space actually. Now let's mark it so that the person knows, the user knows like you have to add at the first place. Alright, now let's write mean at the first, mean, just a minute, mean at letter place. Alright, so wait a minute, letter place. And here we will copy the same statement, Control C, and add the letter place. Alright, so now we have got all the things here. So let's write the left OBS observation equals, what will it be? Just think of it. It should be like mean at letter place into bracket number of observation at first plus 1. We are adding 1 to it. Now let's head down to the first place, mean at letter place. Okay, then what we will be doing is minus mean at first place into number of observation at first. Okay, so let's now just try to print it, the left observation, and let's see if this thing works or not. Alright, okay, so now we are need to enter the observations. Now we will be adding observation, let's say 10, let's follow the same example, 50, and this thing is not proper, right? Okay, not an issue, we will do such things easily, don't worry. Okay, so now wait a minute, we had 50, right? So it's printing, it's not multiplying here actually. Mean at the first place. Control S. Let's try it once again. So it's 10, 25, 50 and 300. Yeah. So we had just mistake in the variable. Actually here it should be letter. It was letter, but I needed to keep it first. Okay. So now let's actually give a try and accept method. Try to print and accept value error. You have to print, please enter the integer value only. Control S. Let's try it if it works properly. So I will be writing some letters. Okay, so it's not proper. Well, you can just try for this try and accept value. And let's remove this try for now. So you're perfectly done. Now you can just give it like I will be giving it an F string, and the left will be S. The number added to get the mean colon, and we would be replacing this place here. Control C, and here. Alright, let's remove the brackets. Was this. Let's put one space here. Let's run it once again. Enter the number 10, 25, 50, and the number to get the mean this was this. Alright. So yes, you can here keep like somewhat, you can just write slash, and what will this thing do is actually uh, this thing will add a new line to type. Let me just show you once again what is it doing actually here. 10, 25, 50, and here you can see that the new line is entered where we had put the slash and line. Alright, so this was the thing which we needed to use, and finally, yes, and one more thing, that if you want to add some spaces before, then you can just write print slash t, works for tabs. Alright, and let me just show you something. My name is Divansh. Alright, let's run this, and here you can see that one tab is placed. See, here you can see that the same amount is placed as I just tabbed. Alright, so finally, yeah, and one more thing, that you can just enclose all these things in variables so that this becomes easier for the person whosoever is reading your code. And I want you all to comment. And now let's make one more thing. Okay, so let's comment this thing out. Let's write def main, and this is the main part of this program. Alright, and yes, let's include it. Let's tab it out. Alright, and let's call for it once. Now we will be making ask variable where its input, do you want to continue, enter, okay, y for continue, to continue, and n to exit. Okay, and now we are asking the person so that it can either continue or exit from the program. All right, so now let's keep while ask dot lower. Okay, so we are converting it to the lower because or it's not like always we would be keeping y as a capital or a small. So if the person enters this thing in small, either capital or small, anyone which works, then this thing should gonna work. It should continue again. So let's write down the main once again so that we are iterating over this whole thing once again. Control C, Control V. Okay, this dot is by mistake. Yeah, let's just check it out if this thing works perfectly fine. 20, it's 25, 50. Yes, I want to continue. Then it's fine. Then it's this. Alright, and no, we'll accept the problem. Alright, so we have completed this whole part. Actually, what is this thing is for iteration over the same thing. So this is iteration. So here we are completing this chapter, actually not chapter, this program, and yeah, so please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.